Hello and welcome to another update video about gold. We take a look at the gold 1 hour chart. Before we really take a look at the micro patterns, we just zoom out a little bit just to give you another understanding of what I'm watching for here for gold. I think we're in the late stages of a very long-term upside impulse. We are now in an ending diagonal in that impulse. This ending diagonal started down here in November 22. We have a 3-wave move up into the May high 2023, a 3-wave move down, then here again a further 3-wave, you could say corrective rally, but that's all part of a diagonal pattern. So the sub-waves in that structure that started down here in 2022 is it's a diagonal, so the sub-waves are corrective, okay? So I expect a little bit more upside in wave 3. Then this should be a long sideways correction in wave 4. And then last push towards possibly sort of the $3,000 area. That's at least what I'm watching for. Could also be that the long-term top will be struck here. I mean, essentially we're talking about in this like multi-decade long uptrend, we're talking about possibly one more high here in this wave 5. Yeah? So the main element of the trend will be done after this third wave is complete. Been watching for this. We've been watching for this rally for the last, you could say, a couple of years. Yeah, I've been talking about uptrends in gold since we've struck that low. A lot of you will know if you followed the channel back then. Obviously, this was in October, November 22. So basically moved together with Bitcoin, you could say, to a degree. So now let's go to the 1 hour chart. And a lot of you asked for an update. Not much happened though. I mean, we're pushing higher, but we're holding support levels. So there is at the moment no need to change anything, to change expectations, to change the scenario. We can just go with the flow. At the moment, as you can see, we filled in probably already 5 waves. Can always stretch a little bit higher, but the idea was, just a little bit larger here. So the idea was that in this wave C, so bear in mind wave 2 bottomed in July this year. Then we had an A wave up, which topped in August, a B wave down, and the C wave up. Okay, I shouldn't say it was supposed to, but you know, would ideally reach, okay, the market doesn't need to do anything, but would ideally reach here the 100% extension at 2,580. We did get close enough. Also bear in mind there's a slight difference in futures prices to spot prices. So it can always be a little bit of inaccuracy. But we pretty much got there in 5 waves in this 5th wave. So it also respected the recent support levels, all of them. I can take the ones out now that we don't need anymore. And we can add another one for circle wave 4, because the risk is now that circle wave 4 starts at any point. Maybe it's already unfolding, and then we might see one more high in wave C. You know, and then we have C of 5 of 3. Just talked about this third wave, didn't I? That when that tops, okay, that we should see a more substantial top. We could still get one more high in that wave C of 3. For now, what would be the pivot? You know, what is the support level that now needs to hold in order to be, let's say, more directly bullish? If circle wave 4 would start, so first of all, let's double check. Because this doesn't look long enough yet for circle wave 3. For the internal structure, possibly yes. So what we do, we take the length of circle wave 3, we go to the low of circle wave 2. I mean, okay, so one more push in circle wave 3 would be ideal to the 1.236 extension. Not absolutely needed, but is what would be ideal. No? So that's what I'm tracking. That means the microstructure, we might need one more high in wave 5 of C of 3. However, I would already add the support region here for this 4th wave to the chart, because technically from a wave count point of view, we have seen that it fulfilled all the requirements for wave C to be complete here to the upside for this move that started on the 5th of August. It might still get further extensions, but we need to highlight the main risk here. That's, you know, part of the job. So basically the risk levels, support levels, And because we're dealing with a diagonal, we need to consider that even a fourth wave might be deep. We could see a pullback correction into this region here, into the area between, I mean, let's take the top one out because 2,485 and 2,433. This would be the, let's say, ideal support zone for a fourth wave, but I cannot rule out more direct upside extensions in wave 3. The risk is high though, because we're far away from support now. We're in all-time high territory, right? Even if you just draw a trend line here, let's see, we're far away from, it's got 3 touch points there. We're far away from any trend line, kind of. So also here, far overextended. So we might get that correction. Surely it might, again, it might, you know, it's possible that this was only wave 3. You know, we're now doing wave 4 and wave 5. That would be actually preferred, like one more high in circle wave 3. So something like that essentially. And I can also give you a support for this micro fourth wave. But it's not very clear to me, this micro here. So it might easily break. But here, support would be this one between 2,538 and 2,519. So essentially, I have no evidence, yeah, that a substantial top has been struck until I see a break below 2,519. And I'm not going to be bearish on gold until we break below 2,433. So below that level, yeah, it would require probably a larger reinterpretation of the chart. If that means I'm going to be bearish or something different, we will have to see. That will depend on the structure and how it breaks. But for now, you know, we haven't even broken below the upper support. So I keep you updated. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you're interested in daily updates about the S&P 500 as well as regular updates about stocks, feel free to check out these stocks and S&P 500 service. You'll find the link in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.